In 1996, Matilda won us over with its magical, hilarious, and completely timeless method charm. 3 decades later, this beloved cast has grown, changed, and taken very different paths. Some made it big, others walked away from the spotlight, and a few have sadly passed away. Join us as we catch up with the Matilda cast and see where life took them 30 years later. These glow-ups will shock you. Rhea Perlman, born March 31st, 1948, she played the iconic Wormwood in Matilda. She nailed it, playing Matilda's self-obsessed, TV-addicted mom. She gave us an absolutely hilarious performance. It totally nailed the character's neglectful, but somehow really funny personality. Her sharp comedy skills and killer chemistry with Danny DeVito made the Wormwoods absolutely unforgettable, creating some of the movie's best moments. Long before Matilda, Rhea was already a TV legend, playing the iconic Carla Tortelli on the massive hit Cars. She earned multiple Emmy Awards and a massive, loyal fan base. After Matilda, she kept winning over audiences with a long, highly respected career in movies, and she starred in tons of hit shows and films, staying one of Hollywood's most beloved funny women. Her unmatched energy and screen presence have kept her a household name across multiple generations. Rhea Perlman is 78 years old in 2026, almost 30 years since Matilda hit theater. Her hilarious spin on Mrs. Wormwood still cracks people up, remaining a core part of this childhood classic. Next is Tracy Walter, born November 25, 1947. He was 48 years old when he played one of the FBI agents in the movie's funny subplot. Even though his screen time was short, true movie buffs recognized him instantly. He is known for his unique face, acting style, and playing wildly eccentric supporting characters. Walter was already one of the industry's most trusted character actors way before Matilda came along. Over his long career, he popped up in tons of popular movies. He regularly stole scenes on TV shows with his wild expressions and natural humor. From gritty crime dramas to family comedies, his amazing range kept him on our screens for decades. Though he rarely played the lead, his characters always left a lasting mark, bringing so much flavor to every project. Today, Tracy, 78 years old. Even with a minor role, fans still remember him as a key part of the vibrant cast that brought the movie, helping turn this story into a timeless classic, loved by generations of families. Jacqueline Steiger, born July 17, 1986, was only 10 when she played Amanda Fritz. While Amanda wasn't part of the main crew, she is totally unforgettable, thanks to one of the most shocking scenes in movie history. Who could forget Miss Trunchbull grabbing Amanda by her pigtails and throwing her across the playground? That crazy scene is permanently burned into our brains. As a young actor, Jacqueline nailed that vibe, making everyone root for her. After her big breakout in Matilda, she did some more acting before walking away from Hollywood to chase other dreams. Even though she left show business, fans who grew up watching this family classic still love and easily recognize her. Jacqueline Steiger is 39 in 2026, almost 30 years after Matilda first won us over. Amanda Thripp is still one of the most memorable side characters, proving that a single iconic scene can see you in movie history. Danny DeVito, born November 17, 1944, was 51 when he played Harry Reubens, also known as Wormwood. With his massive personality, sharp comedic delivery, and unforgettable chemistry with the other cast members, DeVito created one of the absolute best movie dads of the 90s. His take on the greedy used car dealer brought insane energy and laughs to every single scene. Already a true Hollywood legend before Matilda, DeVito had won global fame through classic movies, television projects. Beyond acting, he also directed Matilda, helping bring Roald Dahl's beloved story to the screen. His work behind and in front of the camera made this movie a lasting family favorite enjoyed by generations of fans. Danny DeVito is 81 years old in 26 decades after Matilda first hit theaters. His performance as Mr. Wormwood continues to entertain viewers, reminding fans why he is still one of the most beloved youths in Hollywood history. Pam Ferris, born May 11, 1948, was 48 when she delivered one of the most unforgettable performances in Matilda, stepping into the shoes of the terrifying headmistress, Agatha Trunchbull. She turned the character into a larger-than-life figure who scared kids and fascinated audiences at the same time with her commanding presence, terrifying glare, and explosive temper. Ferris created a who remains instantly recognizable nearly 3 decades later. What made her performance so memorable was the perfect balance of terror and comedy. Whether doling insane punishment or storming through Crunchbull Hall, every scene featuring Trunchbull was completely impossible to ignore. Outside of Matilda, Pam Ferris built a massive career in film, television, and theater, winning praise for her versatility and knack for bringing complex characters to life. Her work has entertained fans on both sides of the Atlantic for decades. Now 78 years old, Pam Ferris is still celebrated for creating one of the most iconic of the movie history. For millions of fans, the name Trunchbull still brings back memories of a character they loved. Paul Reubens, born August 27, 1952, was 43 years old when he played agent involved in the movie's hilarious side plot. Though his screen time was pretty short, fans instantly recognized the man behind the legendary Pee Wee Herman, one of the most iconic comics of the 80s. Reubens had a unique style that blended eccentric humor, wild energy, and unforgettable expressions, making him a standout in every single scene. Over the years, he built an incredible career spanning television, movies, and theater, winning over generations of fans. His distinct personality let him create characters unlike anyone else in show business. Even decades after finding fame, he kept busy with new projects and remained a fan favorite. Sadly, Paul Reubens passed away on July 23 at age 70 after battling cancer. And yet, though he is gone, his creativity, originality, and legendary comedy still bring joy to audiences around the world. Kira Spencer Cook, born April 15, 1985, was just 11 when she played Matilda. She was not a main character. A Hortensia played a huge part in welcoming viewers to the bizarre and terrifying world of Crunchbull Hall. Her creepy tales about Miss Trunchbull built serious suspense, making the school feel even more menacing before Matilda arrived. As a kid actor, Kara brought tons of charm and confidence, making her character pop despite having very little screen time. Like many child stars, she eventually walked away from the spotlight to live a quieter life far from Hollywood grind. Still, Matilda remains a huge part of her legacy, introducing her to a whole new generation of lovers. Now 41 years old, Kara is forever tied to one of the most beloved family classics of the 90s. For fans rewatching Matilda, Hortensia is still remembered as the kid whose spooky stories made Crunchbull feel truly terrifying. Jon Lovitz, born July 21, 1957, was 39 when he showed up as in Matilda. Though his cameo was short, Lovitz brought his signature humor and unmistakable energy to the screen. By the time Matilda hit theaters, he was already a famous comedy star, thanks to his iconic years and to The Night Live, where his wild characters and sharp humor built him a massive following. His quick appearance added even more laughs to a movie already packed with wild, eccentric characters. Throughout his career, Lovitz built an impressive track record across tough film, voice acting, and acting. His unique voice and perfect comedic timing made him a go-to guy for both live action and cartoon gigs. People have loved his work for decades, and his massive influence on American comedy is still why comedy. Now 68, Jon Lovitz is still beloved by fans who missed that golden era of comedy from the comedies and 1990s. Even with a minor role, he helped make the Matilda cast incredibly memorable. Then there was Jean Speegle Howard, born January 31, 1927. She was 69 when she played Miss Phelps in Matilda. Playing the sweet lady who nurtured Matilda's love of books, she brought pure warmth, wisdom, and heart to the screen. Her scenes offered a peaceful escape from the absolute chaos of the Matilda's home and crazy school life, making Miss Phelps one of the most supportive characters in the story. Outside of Matilda, Howard had a long acting career spanning several decades in TV and film. She was respected for her professionalism and graceful screen presence, traits that made her leave a lasting impression wherever she performed. Though she usually got smaller supporting roles, her performances always brought genuine depth and authenticity to every story she told. Sadly, she passed away on September 2, 2000, at 73 years old, following heart and lung complications. Even though she is gone, her role as Miss Phelps still reminds us how much encouragement and a love of reading truly mattered. Kiami DeVale, born August 21st, 1986, was only 9 when she played Lavender Matilda. Playing Matilda's loyal best friend, Lavender instantly became a massive fan favorite because of her guts humor and willingness to stand up to the terrifying Miss Trunchbull. That tight bond with Matilda brought genuine heart to the movie and showed kids the real value of backup and loyalty when things get tough. Despite her young age, Kiami nailed the role, making Lavender one of the absolute best supporting cartoon movie after Matilda. She kept acting while dipping her toes into music and other creative media projects. She did not stay in the Hollywood spotlight forever, but her classic role guaranteed a lifelong bond with generations of fans. Now 39, Kiami Dial still gets love from fans who fondly remember Lavender's sheer guts and charm. For many, her character is a huge piece of the friendship and heart that made Matilda an absolutely classic. Sarah Magdalene was born on January 14th, 1990, and was only 6 when she played toddler Matilda in the movie. Though her appearance in the film was brief, she played a major role in bringing the character to life. Those scenes helped show Matilda's extraordinary mind in the rough environment she had to deal with growing up. Despite having very little screen time, Sarah became part of a film that turned into one of the most cherished family classics of the 1990s, unlike several co-stars who stayed active in the entertainment industry. Sarah mostly walked away from Hollywood as she grew up. Still, her contribution remains a lasting part of a movie that continues to win over new generations of fans worldwide. Very few child actors can say they starred in some of this popular decades after its premiere. Now 36, Sarah Magdalene is still connected to a story that has inspired tons of kids with its message of bravery, brainpower, and believing in yourself despite the odds. Rhea Perlman, born March 31st, 1973, was played Roy in Matilda. By the time he joined the cast, Rob was already a familiar face in Hollywood with roles in several movies and TVs. While his part in Matilda wasn't one of the biggest, it added yet another familiar face to a cast packed with memorable characters. Throughout his career, Rob worked across many different genres, showing off a versatile talent and natural charm that really connected with audiences. Though he never became an A-list star, he earned real respect as a reliable actor who always delivered. His work helped shape plenty of productions back in the 80s and 90s. Now 53, Rob is still a total throwback. For movie fans who grew up on those classic family and coming-of-age films, his appearance in Matilda is just another cool chapter in a career that old-school fans still appreciate today. Phoebe Pearl, born in 1990, was just 7 when she played the young Miss Honey in Matilda. Even with limited screen time, she really made audiences feel the character's tough childhood and a most tough childhood. Those scenes gave Miss Honey so much depth, building a real connection with the audience. With one of the movie's most loved characters. As a kid actor, Phoebe gave a natural and genuine performance that fit the film's emotional storytelling. She did not chase Hollywood fame later on, but her role remains a key part of the movie that stills hearts nearly 30 years later. Now 36 years old, Phoebe Pearl will always be tied to one of the most moving storylines in Matilda. Rewatching the movie, fans always remember how those flashbacks made Miss Honey's final victories find much more rewarding. Meanwhile, Sabrina Bryan, born September 16, 1984, was only 11 when she played a class student in Matilda. It was a tiny role, and nobody guessed she would soon break out as a famous singer, dancer, actress, and a star member of the hit girl group, the Cheetah Girls. That quick spot in Matilda was just the starting point for a career that eventually went global. Bryan went on to make a serious name for herself in family entertainment, shining on television, in music, and during major live events. Her energy and absolute dedication helped build a massive fan base, making her a household name in pop culture. Now 41, Sabrina Bryan is still loved by fans of both Matilda and the Cheetah Girls. Looking back, that tiny role in the classic family movie is a cool look at the early days of a future star. Trevor Coppola, born November 8, 1985, was just 10 years old when he made a quick cameo as a kid in the restaurant. even though it was tiny. Being in such a famous movie gave him an awesome connection to a story that still entertains families decades later. Back then, nobody would have guessed the background kid would grow up to build a solid career in Chorsa. As he grew up, Coppola stuck with acting, landing gigs in movies and television shows, slowly making a name for himself. Coming from a family with deep Hollywood roots, he carved out his own path while learning the ropes in front of the camera. He kept taking on roles that share a serious dedication and passion for the craft. Now 40, Trevor Coppola is still very much part of the extended Matilda family, even if most fans do not spot his quick cameo right away. Being linked to such a beloved 90s classic is a really cool highlight on his resume. And Beth Davids, born August 11, 1965, was 31 when she brought the incredibly kind Miss Honey to life. Backlighty C. Amidst all the wild characters, she became the true emotional heart of the story, playing the teacher whose kindness and constant support changed Matilda's life forever. Her warm vibe instantly clicked with audiences, making Miss Honey one of the most loved characters in history. Long before and after Matilda, Davids built an impressive career across television and film, known for playing smart, complex, and deeply emotional roles. Her effortless elegance and subtle acting style helped her shine in different roles. Decades later, fans still think of Miss Honey as her best performance. And now, at 60 years old, Beth Davids is still celebrated for bringing real heart to a character who became a symbol for so many. To this day, Miss Honey is still the teacher everyone wishes they had in school. Brian Levinson, born October 16, 1982, was 13 when he played Michael Ward and Matilda. Being Matilda's older brother, Michael was always stuck between his parents' crazy antics and his sister's mind-blowing genius. His hilarious reactions and super chill vibe added tons of humor to the chaotic Wormwood house, making for some pretty classic scenes in the movie. Even though he didn't get as much screen time and stars, Levinson brought that perfect family chemistry that made the whole story so entertaining. After his run in Matilda, he slowly stepped away from Hollywood, choosing a quiet life way out of spotlight. Now 43 years old, Brian Levinson is still linked to a classic that new generations are discovering today. His role as Michael proves that even the smallest characters can make a movie stick with us forever. Mara Wilson, born on July 24, 1987, was just 8 years old when she took old Matilda Wormwood. Packing serious talent way beyond her years, she brought pure warmth, brains, and absolute grit to the character, turning Matilda into one of the most loved kids' movies of all time. Her performance hit home with audiences, especially kids who saw themselves in a girl beating the odds with sheer courage and a wild imagination. Unlike other child stars who stuck to acting, Mara started exploring different creative paths as she grew up. She killed it as a writer, voice actress, and public speaker, earning praise for her raw honesty about show business. Her journey has inspired tons of former chais, finding way outside of Hollywood. And now 38 years old, Mara Wilson is still loved by fans who grew up watching her ons. Even after almost 3 decades, her brilliant performance still captures the magic and wonder that made this movie an absolute timeless classic. Jimmy Cars, born July 26, 1984, was only 12 years old when he plays in The Beale. Out of all the kids at Trunchbull, Bruce became the most unforgettable, all thanks to that legendary chocolate cake scene. Watching him crush that massive dessert while the whole school cheered turned the moment into one of the iconic scenes in movie history. Cars delivered a performance packed with humor and real courage, making Bruce an absolute fan favorite. Even with all that sudden fame, he ended up choosing a totally different path than most child actors, chasing new interests outside of the Hollywood grind. Still, his character remains one of the most famous parts of the movie. At 41, Jimmy fans replay those iconic scenes. Later, Bruce Bogtrotter's epic cake challenge still entertains crowds and stands as a defining moment that made it a total classic. Marion Dugan, born January 1, 1918, was 78 years old when she played Teen Matilda. Even with quick screen time, she was one of those incredibly talented character actors who made good actors. What real talented actors like Dugan bring pure charm and authenticity to every scene, even if they only get have that on screen. Over her incredibly long life, she saw massive shifts in both the world and the movie business. Her role in Matilda secured her place in a film that keeps capturing hearts decades after. Though fans might not instantly recall every minor character, every actor helped build the amazing, quirky vibe that made the movie so damn special. Marion Dugan passed away on April 27, 2015, at the amazing age of 97. Though she is gone, her unforgettable moment is forever saved in this beloved family classic that still brings smiles to audiences everywhere. Thanks for taking this nostalgic trip down memory lane with the Matilda cast. Which star-stass transformation shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't comments. Subscribe and hit us up for more classic Hollywood stories.